Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urios Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons and Dragons. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. All right, today is another installment of our Doctor Spell Prognosis. I understand this is not a spell, it is a cantrip, but it is the next one in our list. We're in the P's. We're getting ready to be done with all the cantrips, and then we will actually be into the actual spells. All right, so today, the cantrip slash spell that we're going to talk about is Primal Savagery. And again, this is unfortunately another flop. And I will be extremely honest with all of you out there. This is a waste of a choice of a cantrip. I wouldn't touch this. So it's only usable by druids, and druids do have many other good cantrips that do damage that they could use. Or they could just wild shape and probably do almost as much damage by wild shaping into the thing that they wild shape in. So this has very little utility beyond first level. There are like a couple of pros, and that's it, but most of them are cons. So it takes an action. Its range is self. It has one component, which is somatic, so that's a pro. That's a pro. It's a melee attack, but there's a little caveat to that in the description, and it does acid damage. That's a pro. There's a couple of reasons that's a pro. A lot of things don't have resistance to acid, and it works on trolls, since trolls stop their regeneration from acid or fire damage. So you channel primal magic to cause your teeth or your fingernails to sharpen, ready to deliver a corrosive attack. Make a melee spell attack, not a melee weapon attack. A melee spell attack. If the word weapon had been in here, this spell would have been by far much better. But the word that's in here is spell attack. Against one creature within 5 feet on a hit, it takes 1d10 acid damage. After you make the attack, then you turn back to normal, and it increases to 2d10, 3d10, and 4d10. So, again, not great. If this had said melee weapon attack, then it might pique my interest a little bit better. So if we look at a couple of other spells that are kind of cantrips that involve weapon attacks or very close attacks. So if we go to like Booming Blade. And we've talked about Booming Blade before. And the big thing is you brandish the weapon used in the spell's casting and make a melee attack with it. That is, this is a melee weapon attack because it uses the word it. Against a creature within 5 feet, you're making an attack with it, and it is the weapon, making it a melee weapon attack. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can stack on this. Sneak attack being the big one because it requires you to make to do damage with a melee weapon. Another spell that is very similar to this is Green Flame Blade. So if we look at that one. Again, you brandish a weapon, use the spell's casting it, and make a melee attack with it being the weapon. So you're making a melee weapon attack. Not a melee spell attack. So the melee spell attack part of Primal Savagery, go back to that. The melee spell attack part of Primal Savagery disqualifies it for just about everything. I went through every class to look and see if I could synergize or combine this with any other abilities, sneak attacks, things that monks could do, things that fighters, things that rangers, other things that rogues could do, anything at all, even sorcerers, to see if anything could, and it's basically, you could quicken this spell. That's about it. So you can't combine this with basically anything. With things like Green Flame Blade and Booming Blade, you can at least combine those with, sneak attacks. You can't combine them with, like extra attacks and things like that because it is still considered a spell, and it's not you're not using the attack action. And the same thing for this. This can't be combined with anything where you're using the attack action, because this is not the attack action. It is a spell attack action. And you can't combine it with anything that uses a weapon, because this is not defined as a weapon. It's defined as a melee spell attack. The word weapon doesn't appear here. So, again, this is a flop. I give it a flop, and that's pretty much all I got to say for this. I wouldn't choose this. If I were a druid, I wouldn't choose this. I definitely would take something like Shillelagh, which we're going to talk about coming up pretty soon, because the S's are coming up. So, all right, that's what I got for you today. I hope everybody enjoyed it, and I will catch everybody later.